Hello.
There is a pleasure in the pathless woods. There is a rapture on the lonely shore. There is society where none intrudes, by the deep sea and music in its roar. I love not man the less, but nature more. A very warm greetings to one and all present here from the entire Little Scholars fraternity and Setu team. And I am Mantya Agarwal, your anchor for today's evening. This year's theme is sustainable consumption and production. I would like to welcome our dynamic co-founder owner, Mrs. Ritu Bhalla, the founder of Setu, Mr. Pankaj Bhalla and Mr. Rohit Bhalla, and our very own guide and supporter, Principal Mrs. Shikha Gautam. I would also like to welcome our panelists for today's event, Ms. Sanya Malhotra and Mr. Lokesh Ghai. In last session, we discussed about sustainable fashion and textile production, which involves eco-friendly and non-depleting material selection, environmentally friendly manufacturing processes, green supply chain, distribution and retailing, and ethical consumer. Now, let's proceed with today's session. Lokesh sir, Sanya ma'am, over to you.
Hi, very warm good evening. Can you all hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
Great.
sir. Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, thank you. I'll request everyone to mute themselves, and then you can unmute whenever we talk and then mute again. Okay, so yeah, so I have something to share, and after that I'll take your queries and we'll have a discussion also. So I am sharing my screen and we will talk from where we left yesterday. So I hope my screen is visible to you. I'll very quickly,
Yes, sir.
great, thank you. So I'll very quickly just go through what we did yesterday. We saw that we discussed the definition of what sustainable fashion and textile means. Then after that, we looked at the three important aspects related with sustainability in terms of fashion. So we looked about environmental sustainability. Then we talked about animal rights. We spoke about PETA. In that context, we also looked at few brands and we also understood how as a response vegan leather has come up. We also looked at the term greenwashing, what it means, so you're not deceived by something which claims to be sustainable but is fake. After that, we looked at what happened in Bangladesh, and as a result, there was a consciousness in the fashion world which started. Then we also spoke briefly about how the house homemaker, our moms, have one of the most sustainable approach in food, in textile, in every aspect. And also shared about the Kata project, which I had initiated, which is all about recycling fabrics. And then I had briefly introduced to you about this brand, which is called Doodlage. It is very much Indian based. So I would like to show a video of that. Just let me know if the sound is not working. I hope it will work.
अब हम जब गंदगी करेंगे तभी तो गंदगी होगी। अब उस गंदगी को हम कोई सी चीज़ से अगर यूज कर सकते हैं, जैसे बना दिया हमने, कोई चीज़ बना दी तो मार्केट में किसी के काम आएगी, सक्सेस हो जाएगा वो कतरन।
The katra or waste at Doodlage Studio in the Lado Sarai area in southwest Delhi is all too precious. A clothing brand and design house, Doodlage is a room full of waste material that can be turned into something of use. The belief here is simple, that we don't need more new clothes.
Jumpsuit with bottom embroidery is the pastel blue one, no? Huh?
Yeah.
A philosophy that challenges the typical notions of fast fashion, and one that this design house upholds with considerable pride.
The problem in the fashion industry starts from the fact that it's based on a linear fashion model. So today about 73% of garment wastages go into landfills because there is lack of ways of reusing the fabrics and the garments that we are currently working with. So everything today is based, 73% of it at least, is based on take, make and waste economy, which means that you create more and more fabrics, fresh fabrics, make garments out of it, sell those garments, and then what happens?
It was just this line of questioning that led Kriti Tula, co-founder at Doodlage, to the problem of textile waste in India and the creation of a design house that would be rooted in consciously making fashion pieces out of wasted textile, or what we know as upcycling.
There's always a garment that comes out of a rectangular piece of fabric. Then at cutting processes, there's a lot of wastages that happen. So I could observe that on both a small scale unit or a large scale unit. And that is when I realized that once we start working with there is so much already that has been produced and that exists, that it's about time that we start thinking about using what is already there.
Textiles is considered one of the most polluting industries in the world today. In India, it's the third largest source of waste after plastic, paper and compost.
For India, it's not just the garment waste that we have to be concerned about, it's the production waste that we have to be concerned about. We're still one of the largest exporters of both fabrics and garments in the world. So all of the wastages that we're converting at that level is still something that we're not being able to deal with at the amount that we're producing garments at. So about every production unit is able to produce about 16 to 20% of fabric wastages in every process. If you convert these into number for a large scale unit, which makes about 1.5 lakh pieces a day, they're producing about 45,000 meters of fabric wastages on a daily basis.
The environmental implications of these numbers are startling. An endemic situation that is only getting compounded every day by the surging demand and use of chemicals, the need for landfill space, energy consumption, and wastage of water.
In 2015 alone, the entire fashion industry used up about 79 billion metric cubes of water. So that's huge. And a single t-shirt takes up about 2,720 liters of water, which is as much as most adults would drink in 3 years. And that is a single t-shirt. Then of course there are toxics that are leached in the production process itself, which then impacts the communities around which factories come up. The Mika study says that India is trashing about 1 million tons of textiles every year, and most of this will end up in a landfill somewhere.
Going back to an age-old tradition almost inherent to the country to work everything old into new and usable avatars, brands like Doodlage are trying to introduce the concept of reuse back into fashion vocabulary.
So we'll add like little bit of embroidery wherever the problems are, and this can be done at different stages depending on what kind of garment we're making. Once all of this fabric comes into the studio, we start thinking about what kind of designs can bring all of them together. We start fixing the fabrics in itself so that they can actually be used further to create the clothes that we work with. Step 2 after this would be whatever is our wastages, we panel things that can be paneled together and make more yardages out of it and create our second round of production, which is always supports the existing line that we work with. Post this level, we still have a certain amount of fabric shreds that are available. We then start creating textures out of it, which go into our bag and our home collection. I have told Anchal to put the 5 pieces in production first because dark story with Anika. Whatever is left over after the bag and the home collection is then sent to be processed into paper. This paper is what is now making our stationery products. And now our next steps are actually to think about what to do with post-consumer wastages.
In India, Doodlage could be considered an expensive brand, with garments ranging between $50 to $100.
All the fabrics that we purchase is purchased. A lot of times we're always questioned as to, but these are throwaway fabrics, you're not probably paying for it, then why the garments are expensive, etc. But we buy all of this fabric. And all of this is available in kgs to pick up. And it's, of course, much cheaper than what is available as a fresh fabric, and we buy it for 1/3 the price of an actual fabric. What we save there is the amount of margins that we actually use to fix the fabric. So the math is very real. And to be able to create any sustainable business, it's important to understand that.
You got me really kind of feeling.
Presenting Doodlage.
Don't turn it off.
Since its inception in 2012, Doodlage has been showcasing every year at the Lakme Fashion Week.
Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off, you know I like it.
The premier biannual event in India, reinforcing the belief that trend-based fashion is not the only way to remain viable or interesting.
It's not pretty to go into those godowns with like heaps and heaps of fabric wastages, and everybody would just question you at every step that बाकी सब तो ठीक है, आप सीधा fabric क्यों नहीं ले लेते? It's like and to explain that, and these are people who have seen so much fabric around them and so much fabric wastages around that they just keep questioning you at every level as to why you do what you do. And at some point we'd just given up that it's okay, like it's okay for not understanding what we do and why we do, but it's about how we want to do it and how we want to create the products that we do.
Okay, so this I wanted to show you yesterday, but we ran out of time, so I played it today for you. Now let's start with this question today's session. Really, what is the difference between recycling and upcycling? So you can I can't see you all because I'm seeing the screen. You can unmute and share. Yes. So quickly. Yes.
So recycling to use something. So may I?
Yeah, please go ahead. I can't see you all because I'm sharing the screen. So go ahead, please.
Sir, actually, recycling means that first we, the product which we have, the waste product, we're going to break it down and make a new product out of it. Whereas upcycling means that we are going to reuse that particular waste material in whatever form it is and make the best use out of it only.
Okay. Okay, very good. Anyone else want to add anything to this?
In recycling, we completely change the, infrastructure by just doing all the stuff. And in upcycling, we use the same form of that object.
Right, great. So it's...
So may I tell?
Yeah, please. Yes, please go ahead. So right now I'm sharing the screen. I can't see you. I can hear your voice. Yeah, who was that? Please go ahead. Okay, so maybe it is clear to everyone. Two people responded very well. So you can see this image also. So so what do you think is more sustainable as an approach, recycling or upcycling?
So upcycling.
Maybe.
Upcycling.
Great, very good.
Upcycling.
Very good. So it's everybody who's on the same page. Of course, recycling is great, but in upcycling, it's like even lesser energy which is used. So it's even better. So I am going to now talk to you about some examples in upcycling. So what you see here, it's a combination of recycling, upcycling, but more upcycling where the existing material has been used. So not so much has been done. So you see the jacket here, denim. So what has been done here, that perhaps it was torn from the front part at the cuff or at the wrist part, and then another fabric is joined here. So this is what I would like to throw as a challenge to the entire class, is to upcycle an existing garment or an accessory such as bag, belt. So let me complete. So the challenge is upcycling an existing garment or an accessory such as a bag, belt or shoes, etc., in a way that upcycling is not hidden but evident. So the idea is that we are celebrating upcycling. We are celebrating recycling. So हम छुपा नहीं रहे हैं कि हमने upcycling किया है. So that's the challenge for my assignment. Here, the importance, what you would be marked at, is innovation and execution. So these are the two criteria that I will look for when I mark you. So remember, it is about not hiding, but celebrating or showing off, so that you are also giving a message. What you can also do is that you might choose a simple part of the garment. So suppose it is the collar and the collar is torn. So you don't have to do the entire garment. It's just the collar, that part that you might want to upcycle. So you can upcycle by the technique of katab, which is joining small fabrics together and making the collar, or you can patch over it. For this exercise, you can take help of tailors, you can take help of your mother, your sisters at home, you can take help of your teachers also. So yeah, so that is what the challenge is. And now I'm open to any kind of questions or anything that you may want to ask. Anyone has any question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, excuse me. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in the video, we talked about how the wastage of water in making garments. How is water wasted exactly?
So a lot of water is used for dyeing purpose. So it is released, and also water is a scarcity now. So remember yesterday's example, we discussed how much liter of water is used in making one t-shirt.
2500.
2700.
Yeah, so that's a lot and lot of water, no? So that's how it's a resource. And in a country like India, still clean drinking water is not accessible to everyone, unfortunately. Okay, any questions regarding the challenge which I am throwing on you? Is the exercise clear? Yeah, please, team green.
So how many garments or things we have to present
Just
with
one.
upcycling?
Just one.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just one. So it could be, like I said, it could be a garment that you wear. It could be an accessory such as a bag or a t-shirt, and you are upcycling in a way that it is celebrated. It is not hidden. You are showing it off. So what you might do is you might actually focus on just one part. So I would like to see the idea day after tomorrow, even if it is work in progress. So I've specially requested and got the schedule changed so that you get tomorrow's time to start with the exercise. Any other question anyone has? Okay. Yesterday I had asked you to bring some old fabric or some garment which has a tear or anything. So you can switch on your video and show me what you have got. Has anyone got something? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful, great. So team green.
Yes, sir.
So team. Okay. Okay, very good. We'll go one by one. So I see something indigo. So we'll start with this person. So it's written green. Yes, you can unmute yourself. You're on mute and share what you have.
Sir, I am having a one t-shirt, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I'm having a one t-shirt.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
we'll go one by one. So we'll come to the t-shirt. We'll start with green different something. I can't read the whole thing, but I can see an indigo textile. Yeah. So please go ahead.
So green.
Yeah, you're on mute. You can unmute. Yeah, we'll come to everyone.
Sir, I have brought a lower of
Yes,
mine
sir.
when I was kid. Sir, that lower I have taken there.
Okay, can you, I can see maybe my audio is not very clear to the person who has the indigo textile. So maybe the team clean and green who has the football t-shirt can unmute and share what you have and what.
Sir, I'm having a one green t-shirt, sir. That is short from earlier I was wearing that, but it is short. So I plan to do something from that t-shirt to make something new from that.
Okay, very good. So so you saw some examples. What are you thinking of doing? Yes, team green, clean and green. I'll give it everyone at least a minute or two to talk. Yes, team green and clean, आपकी t-shirt छोटी हो गई है. So that's really good that he's thinking his t-shirt is small. So he'll do something to make it longer. So maybe I'll come back to you later. You can think about what you would like to do. Okay, the video is on of team Earthlings. So team Earthlings, you can show what you have, unmute and tell.
So I have bought a pink t-shirt which is shorter in height and it is not fit to me nowadays. So I have decided to make some hankies from it, which will be very useful for us so that it cannot be wasted.
Okay, can you think of something a little larger than hanky?
Okay.
Can you make it into a bag?
Yeah, it can be.
Okay, that would be even more fun and more useful, where you are also showing it to everyone. Okay, okay, great. Next I see on my screen is Team Nature Miners. Yes, Team Nature Miners, you can unmute. Sorry, Team Nature Minions. Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir, I'm having this fabric, which is my one of the kurta, which is get tore from the one side. So I decided to make bag from this fabric.
Okay, so I would also encourage you to think, can you use this fabric into some clothing item? So which you want to make new?
Sir, I decided to use this cloth as a bag, as we are going to give it we are going to add some like we can add one of the rice packet from here, and we can give it more durability also.
Okay, I would like you to think how will it show that it is come from recycling. It could be a new fabric also. So I want that message also to be visible. So think about it. It's not just simply taking any fabric and making, but also giving the message that this is recycling visually. So can you think about it? Okay, please think about it. That's is an important criteria as well here. Okay, next team Earthlings. I see your
Good
hands
evening.
up. Yes.
So I have this t-shirt and it is small and it does not fit me now. So
Okay.
I have decided to make it longer and make
Okay.
it also full sleeves.
Okay, very good. I really like the idea of making it full sleeve. So you can attach another fabric and make it full sleeve. And
Yes,
that
sir.
will also tell that I am upcycled. So I want you to be very adventurous. Don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid. It's anyway second-hand fabric. So don't be afraid. Be adventurous. Be bold.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, team clean and green.
Sir, earlier you have asked me that what you are going to do your green t-shirt. So, sir, I can do one thing. I can add a black fabric to increase the length of the t-shirt so it can be more reusable for me.
Okay, sure. But it should be like, just think what will look nice and you will like to wear it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would like everybody to be not afraid, because anyway,
Sir, we
see, it
can
is
use
something
it for
second
making
hand.
any handband also.
Handbag, yes, you can do that. Anything where it is without being afraid, you are visually giving the message that it has been upcycled.
Sir, I have an idea to reuse my jeans. Sir, we can make our footboard, sir, paidan, out of it.
Come again, you can make a
paidan, sir, paidan, footboard.
Okay, okay. So you can make it, but I want with fashion, it is about wearing. So I want you to make only things which can be worn. A bag can be worn, a garment could be worn, a belt
Sir, so a
can be
wallet
worn.
would be better. So a wallet would be better out of a jeans.
Okay. Okay. Think about it. There's no rush. Okay.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question.
One also.
Okay. So we'll first go to people who haven't spoken even once. We'll give them an opportunity and then we'll come back for the others. Team Green and Goblin. Yes, I see a skirt.
Yes, sir. So I can reuse this skirt by making a balloon top.
Okay, great. Okay. That's a good idea. Okay. Okay, next I see team green defenders.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes, unmute.
Sir, I have two tops,
Okay,
which
you can.
doesn't fit me much.
Okay, can you
So
show
I have,
them?
of course, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So I have decided to make one new top out of these two.
Wonderful idea. You can even take two things and combine and make something really adventurous. Nice. Great. I like that idea. Very good. Okay, team beyond energy.
Yes, sir. So I have one of my skirts which is short in my length. So I have tried to make I have attached a crop top with it, and I have make a mini short frock with that.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay. Ritika Singh, I see something very colorful there. Yeah, please go ahead.
This is one of my like old dresses, and this got torn up from the side from here. So I was thinking of converting this into a top and skirt because this is like knee length, so it would be good.
Okay, this looks very interesting. Yeah, sure. That's a good idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, who would like to go ahead next?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I didn't have any cloth, but I
Sir, we can do
think that.
one more thing with our word.
Sorry, I missed that.
Sir, I didn't have any cloth, but I think that sir, door curtains should be make in tablecloth or washing machine cover.
Okay. Okay, if so if you don't have look for one, I would encourage you. You can go to a tailor's shop, find scrap of fabric, or you can find a second hand thing, or a lot of time it is like clothes are passed on from adults to young people. So anything like that. Okay. Gurmil Kaur, you can unmute and share, please.
May I?
Yes, please.
This is a hand-me-down kind of shirt.
Your voice is breaking slowly again, Gurmil.
So this is like a hand-me-down shirt from my sister.
Right. Okay, what are you planning?
The sides of the sleeves have been completely torn off. So what I'm planning is to cut it off from the middle, almost from the middle, to make it crop and attach ribbons to the side.
Okay.
So this part will work as a crop top, and the part that I've just cut off, I'll attach this old blazer belt of mine to it to make it into a bag. So it will be like a matching set of crop top and a bag.
Okay. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, next, Gurmil Kaur. Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a torn T-shirt. Like it's torn from the neck side and also from like the hands, the shoulder side. So I can make a reusable bag out of it or a pouch, like where we can keep the things, small things, daily basis that we need.
Okay. Okay, you can do that. Great. Okay, Team Eco Warriors.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I have a frock. I have a dupatta.
Okay.
Wait, sir.
Okay, your voice is gone, but I do see you have a long skirt. Eco Warrior, you are on mute. You can unmute, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a dupatta, and there is one glitter hole, and I make a frock for a small baby because for that there is enough.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. ठीक है. All right. Okay. If you can, what I would really like, if possible, make something you can wear. So I want all the student to wear, make something they can wear. See, like I said, it could be our shoes also. अगर आपके पास कोई पुराने shoes हैं जो पुराने हो गए हैं, which you don't like, it's a good
Yes.
possibility you might have some footwear at home which you are not using. What can you do? How can you upcycle it? There might be a
So may
bed,
I?
so you can use that. Okay, team Earthlings.
Sir, actually, I wanted to share you that I have made the crop top from the legging, which was
Okay.
like torn from the bottom.
Okay. You have already made it.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, can I see it?
Actually, sir, right now I'm not having it.
Okay. Okay. It has, please remember the challenge. It has to be something where upcycling is visible. It shouldn't be hidden. So you all want to win an award. Remember, you want to do the best. So don't forget the
So may I?
exercise. It is not making, but it is also showing that it is upcycled. Yeah, please go ahead next.
Okay. So actually, I have a top here which is torn from the neck side, and I have a kind of shoes pair also which is also not in a good state. So I can use this cloth to recycle or upcycle the shoes also, and if still the material is left, then I can also make a handbag out of it.
Yes, you can do that. Only don't forget the criteria that it should be shown. So I would like, when I meet you next, I want to see 2 photographs of how it was before and what you did. So please remember 2 photos of what it was and what you did. Okay, team green.
Sir, I have to add one more thing. Sir, may I?
Yes, please. Team clean and
Sir, when we go to the tailors, so we see the small pieces of the clothes. Sir, when we combine these clothes and when we put it on our wall, sir, I think it will be more attractive and decorative.
right. See, over here we are doing sustainable fashion and textiles, and the idea is to wear. So that's where I'm giving a challenge of something. It's not just recycling it or upcycling, but something to wear. That's the challenge. So I want something which is to be worn, which can move with you, not stationary. You can do that also later. You are anyway doing one stationary thing. So this is something you can wear, show off. And like I said earlier, it could be as something as detailed. Suppose you've got a lot of scraps. You can make a pocket and get it stitched on a garment, or just make a collar and make something new like that. It could be small things also. And it's open to take help. Okay, Palak Gupta.
So we can use cloth scrap for making hairband or hair rubber band with the help of like scrunchies we usually wear.
Yeah, you can do that, but it should be seen. It shouldn't be like very tiny and it's not visible.
Like when hairbands are there.
Okay. Okay, Ali.
Yes, sir. Is my voice audible?
Yes, very audible.
This short is not fit to me right now, and I have this lower. I mean, this lower is not fit to me, and I plan to cut this lower from here and make this shorter lower.
Okay. Okay. What can you think? What can you do so that also it also tells visually that it is upcycled? So your idea is very good, but you need to think something. Maybe will you add a border which shows that it has been upcycled? Because you want to wear it and give the message that, hey, I'm not shy, I'm wearing something which is upcycled. Okay, so think about it, Ali. Okay, next team, green defenders. I see your video again on. Okay, team eco warrior. I see your. Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
As you see in the video, sir, here is mummy's dupatta type. So we can use this in the अगर sir if ये sir लो little English problem, so अगर ये मतलब फट जाता है कहीं से,
जी,
तो इसको हम स्कार्फ में या उसमें कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं सर. कहीं
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं.
सनलाइट में बाहर जाते हैं तो अपने ओढ़ने लायक कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, और आप ऐसे करिएगा कि पता चले कि किया है। ठीक है, तो आप जब उसको अपसाइकल करें उसको छुपाना नहीं है, हमें दिखाना है, ताकि हम वो मैसेज भी सबको देना है। ओके अली, आपका हाथ फिर से ऊपर है। यस, यू कैन अनम्यूट एंड टॉक। Yes, Ali.
So we can use some stickers which show that it is recycled. We can make the 3 R's sticker on there.
Without being very literal, पता चल मतलब लिटरली बताना ना पड़े, वैसे ही पता चल जाए, तो थोड़ा और सोचो। इट्स नॉट जस्ट स्टिकर लगाना है, बट वो कपड़ा ही ऐसे आपने लगाया कि पता चले रिसाइकल किया है, उसमें स्टिचिंग ऐसे किया है कि पता चले। ओके टीम इको वॉरियर्स, आई सी योर हैंड अप।
So I also have a dupatta of my mom, which is not now in use.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of making a scarf or some crop top from it by adding some another type of cloth in it, which can be suitable and make it more fashionable.
Okay. ठीक है, okay, that's a good idea. Just that remember that it should be very obvious that you have upcycled. Okay, any team eco warrior, I see your hand up again. Yeah, please unmute and share. Team eco warrior with the R on the screen. You have a question? Okay, anyone has any question? Okay, I have something else to share with you then. I'll again share my screen. Okay, what I just shared, there's a startup actually, and they were one of the first to start. This is the startup. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is actually an app, and what they do is that there are fashion designers here. You can take any old cloth which is torn out or anything, and they will suggest you what you could do. So this is very intensive, and this is like very in-depth. So at school level, I may not expect you to go something like that. You can do small detailing, that's also enough. But as an exposure, I wanted to show you that this is a startup which has been very, very popular across the world. Like they have an Indian branch, they have all over the world, and they are making things which are really fashionable, really interesting, which I would like to buy. So you can see over here, the jacket has been combined with a shawl, and it's been made into something very fun and really very creative. This is again a torn jeans which has been got stitched by a tailor. Looks a lot of fun. See, a lot of fabric pieces are patched, and this is made here also. Again, in the denim, there are patches which is attached, and it's actually look good and wearable. So it has both ideas of upcycling, recycling. Scrap and can rings are used for making this. Rug hoodie. Again, very interesting combination of a knitted thing with a woven. So there are no rules, you can break the rules. So this reed dead stock patchwork trouser. And it's very funky. Like I can imagine one going to a party wearing this, and a lot of people will say, oh, this is very cool. So that's, see, what I'm trying to say again is, I'm repeating here, is that we want to make the idea of upcycling cool. So the idea of upcycling is cool. So one is not shy and actually celebrating upcycling. Now this looks very smart. So we are not going into this. We are staying with textile, but also there are examples. What they're showing is they've made fashion accessories using old electronic items, which I think is also amazing. So you can also look up at their blog where they're sharing a lot of interesting stories. Some of the things which I've already spoken to you about, and other things also. Very, very good resource. So this platform was launched only this platform was launched only in 2020 as a small startup, and it has gained a lot of popularity all across the world. So it also shows that there is a market, there is a place where people are now open to new ideas. They are open to wearing upcycling things. They're open to celebrating upcycling and not hiding this. Yes. Okay. So I'm coming back. Ritika Jain, you have a question. You can unmute, please.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, I have a doubt. I
Yes.
just want to ask, in a team, there are 5 students.
Right.
So all the 5 students have to make their individual upcycled product, or the team is going to represent one upcycled product?
Okay. So I will leave it up to the team. They can make minimum 1 or they can make 2, 3, depending on what is the amount of work. If you're making up something very ambitious, अगर आपके पास कुछ बहुत बड़ा आपने challenge लिया है बनाने का, तो you can make more than 1. But if you can make just 1. But if you're making something very simple, then maybe you can make multiple also.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Anyone else has any question? So I'm almost done with today's session. So any other question? Team Echo Warrior, I see your hands up. Okay, how was the session overall yesterday and today? Anyone?
Sir, interesting. And we literally
It was very insightful.
Okay, I was very, yes. Okay, I was very happy when there was a boy yesterday, he said that he didn't know about the cruelty on animal and leather. I felt very happy that at least through this session, I could create an awareness, and now you are more conscious about what you will buy, hopefully in future. And more aware also that nobody tricks you in the name of greenwashing. So that for me was like the happiest moment. Yes, Tushara is approaching. We generally upcycle things. Yes, see, we have a tradition. That's why I brought the homemaker, my mother, in picture, not to forget that we have that tradition and we have to take it forward, even in fashion and clothing also. So anyone, any other question? So I am very excited to see what you all will do. So please remember, take two photographs. See, the video may not be working very well, so keep 2 photos ready of one, what was the condition of the product before, and second, what you did after that. Even if it is work in progress, that is fine when we meet day after tomorrow. Yes, Team Green, I see your hand raised up.
Yes, sir. As we know, sir, that we can paint on fabric as well. So we can opt for this also. That as my Mamaji draw
Right.
on clothes.
Right, you could do that, but I would like you to show how it is upcycled. आपको दिखाना है कि अपसाइकलिंग कैसे किया गया. अगर पेंट किया तो नए कपड़े पे भी हो सकता है. तो अगर वो पेंटिंग से कुछ रिपेयर हो रहा है या कुछ, तो पेंटिंग भी चलेगा. लेकिन प्लीज यूज समथिंग वेयर इट शोज दैट इट हैज बीन अपसाइकल्ड और इवन रिसाइकल्ड. Yes, yes, definitely. So I would like you to wear the upcycled things. That's why I'm saying. So you will be wearing it eventually. So in your school, see, I am online, but later in your school to celebrate, you will wear. So again, I'm reminding, it could be a shoes, कोई पुराना shoes हो सकता है. आपने जो आज दिखाया है, जरूरी नहीं है वो कुछ नया भी हो सकता है. आप और सोचिए, shoes, bag, belt, garment, cap, top, t-shirt, denim, jeans, jacket, scarf. It could be anything to be worn. Anything. So think about it, and you have to photograph it how it was before, what you did. You can do even the whole garment. You can do a detailing also, like I shared earlier कि सिर्फ collar हो या cuff हो, वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. Okay. Okay, so if we don't have any questions, I'll hand over to Team Setu now.
Excuse me, sir. So
Yes.
just last question.
Yes, please.
Sir, can you tell us like when are we supposed to display these products? Like on which date?
So I will be actually seeing this day after tomorrow, but day after tomorrow time is less. So even it is work in progress, it will do. But within this week, it has to be completed.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, over to Team Setu.
Thank you, sir. Wow, what an exquisite session. Every day, our knowledge on sustainability is growing, and it's also making us aware about our duty towards nature and society. Next session will be on 29 September from 6:30 p.m., where there will be a presentation display by each team. And I request all the participants to join with their team names, not their own names, but the team names. You are not allowed to disclose your name and school. Okay, so please maintain that decorum. At the end, I would like to conclude with a quote. When you do something noble and beautiful and nobody noticed, do not be sad. For the sun, every morning is a beautiful spectacle, and yet most of the audience still sleeps. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day, sir.